Hey guys, what's up? This is Whispers from the Void. I'm Evan.
And I'm Phil de Vitesse for the Intimates. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
We are back with another Talks with the Void. We have a lot of people to talk to this year. So far, so good. Everyone we always have is awesome. And this guest is no short of awesome. Really cool, really interesting. You might not have heard of it, but you're going to love what you hear today. So, with us, we have Etienne Pelosoff, who has this amazing fusion of black metal and jazz. And it was so endearing to me that I actually had to have him on because we have to talk about this. It is so just fun and crazy, and it's one of the coolest musics I've heard in a while. So, Etienne, thank you for coming.
Hi everybody. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me, guys. It's awesome. I'm super excited to be here.
We are super excited to have you. As always, let's start with drinks. Let's get the drinks out of the way. So for the last couple episodes, me and Phil been dragging. We go on talking about things before we even get to the beer. So, I'll start first because I actually have a weird one with me that I picked up. It's from 450 North. It's called Shattered Gems, and it's a Sour Double IPA. And it's been sitting in my fridge now for a little bit, and I've actually really interested by it. It's 7.2%. Not exactly sure how that's going to shape out, but hey, you know what? I'll try anything once. So
Amazing.
We'll give it a Ooh.
Nice color.
Color is good.
Looks almost slushy. I had a slushy shower last night, and that thing kicked my dick, but it was cool.
Did you say a slushy shower?
Slushy sour.
I was like,
that's harder to
slush.
say than Etienne Pelosoff, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Before we start recording this, I had to practice names because I'm so god awful at pronunciation. And I'm sure you guys have you'll hear it on the last episode, but we were trying to say Epiphany for like 3 minutes. It was just terrible. All right, Phil.
I got this beer. I've been to this brewery yesterday. It's called The Fug by Emporium. So it's a Session New England IPA. And yeah, so you can have some taste of citrus and tropical fruits. Like, New England IPA at its best.
Super cool.
And I have a little glass.
That's the way to drink beer.
Is it? Is it good? Is it good? Ah! It's good.
Nice.
Too much foam, but I don't fucking care. So what do you have? Do you have a drink or something?
Yeah, I think I should have taken a beer because we have some really nice beer here. So I'm in the west of France,
Okay.
like very close to Bretagne.
Oh yeah.
And they make some awesome beer here. But tonight I'm just having like an infusion in my Darkthrone mug. So, you know.
Ooh.
Nice.
Black metal
that's
is
metal.
that bio infusion, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, do you know, like, there's a company in Canada, it's called Pitch Black North. Do you know them?
Oh no, I don't know them.
They are doing some tea infusion, and it's black metal.
Wow. Okay, I'll check it out.
So it's a black metal company, but like from Calgary, Alberta, something. It's in
Awesome.
Canada. But yeah, no, it's a great tea. They are doing great tea. So if you want to order tea,
You said Pitch Black North?
yeah, Pitch Black North. Or
I'm gonna write it down.
The other name is Satanic Tea.
Okay, that's my kind of tea now. Now we're talking. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, it's very good tea. I love it. So,
Awesome.
gentlemen, let's start.
Let's
yeah.
let's drink. The first thing I wanted to ask you is obviously your project, Trve Black Jazz, is so creative, outside the box, and is so beautifully performed. I mean, I saw your little the little bio. You know how Spotify does like those little bio thing. Oh god. And you thought about quoted as saying, "What if Miles Davis and Mayhem kind of fuse together?"
Exactly, yeah, play together. Yeah.
Where do you even begin to start coming up with like that kind of like, oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember when I was very, very young, like 4 or maybe 6 years old. My parents used to listen to some jazz radio, like in the car, while we were in Paris, and so I've always had this very effective link with jazz. Like it's it's not from Paris, but it really sounds like my childhood to me in Paris. And then like black metal, it's much more like my teenage years. And, we have all been teenagers here, so we know what it's about. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just imagine a lot of things in my head. And at some point I realized how much I was fond of Miles Davis. And the crazy thing with Miles Davis to me is like how he kept on renewing his own music, like it was first smooth jazz, then he went to fusion jazz, then to funk. Then in the very end, it was like hip hop. And, I was thinking like, oh, if he was alive today, like he would do some dubstep or some shit. And maybe he wouldn't even play with some metal band. And then I realized like, what if like he played with Mayhem, that is so far away. And, from then it just kept on going in my head. And I was like, I want to hear this actually. Like I want to really hear what it would give to have Miles Davis and Mayhem on stage playing together. And from this kind of personal joke, it went out of control. And now I'm like stuck in the joke way too far.
It's funny you say that because like there is another band, I don't know if you know about them, but Shining from Norway.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so that's one of your main inspiration too.
Oh yeah, Black Jazz by Shining. Like I've killed this record again and again, and
and
I've talked to Jorgen, and he's a super nice guy, and I mean that was the first extreme metal band where I've heard like sax and like crazy sax, and not just not just one solo in the whole album, but like sax part of the band, and I love this record. It's crazy.
Yeah, Black Jazz is excellent. And I think like even all the discography of Shining, like except maybe the last one because it's not really jazz, but like the first part of the discography is like very jazzy, like free jazz and some part like that. And after that, they just been like metal,
exactly,
jazz, a little bit of black metal with the voice, raspy voice. I'm like, okay, that's very good. I love it. Seriously.
I love Shining.
And another one that put some saxophone is Ishan.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
Emperor.
From Empor. Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
totally.
The album after and Eremita, I think. So, no, it's very good. No,
and actually,
I was like, okay, so maybe it's inspiring by Shining and Ishan then. But yeah. No, I very like your stuff. I think one of my favorite songs, there was a song you put drums, but you mix it like it's like a drum off. One on the left, one on the right, and I'm like, oh shit, that's great.
Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah. I just wanted to hear like two drummers at the same time and really separate them so people can actually hear it. That was fun.
It's
especially
like there's two.
Yeah, to find like two grooves that work together, and it's not just like noise. Yeah, that was really fun.
It's jazz.
Yeah,
it's just jazz.
we made this joke way too many times while doing the recording. Like, like every time it was like, yeah, but it's jazz. And like, are you sure this mic is gonna sound good? Oh, it's black metal, like, let there be noise.
I love how you guys incorporate the corpse paint and stuff too.
Oh,
like the look. The look is. I feel that with black metal, sometimes when you do the live performances, half of it is like it's as much the music as it is the look, because black metal has a big feeling that goes with that music. and it's just weird because I always felt like jazz had that also as well, and there's a lot of elements in jazz that can translate to metal. It's almost like a really beautiful fusion that you have there. Talk about your live performances, because I know that now that touring is starting to kick back up, you guys actually played a few shows, I believe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially we headlined it. We headlined at the Knockstock Festival. It's like in Germany, very close to Dresden, and very extreme weather conditions. So like super cold, rain all the time, mud everywhere. But dude, like hell of a show. That was amazing. And we were actually so me on bass and vocals, the sax player obviously, the drummer, the guitarist, and someone on percussions. And that was a super nice touch to the whole orchestra. Yeah, it gave some kind of Slipknot vibe to it. I will do it again for sure.
That's awesome. Could you ever see yourself expanding, like maybe adding few more jazz elements, maybe some more of the black metal, like really kind of like, because Slipknot's got like 11 fucking guys or something.
Yeah, I know.
There. So guys. Like you could really just kind of like open it all up.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially because I love like big bands, like it gives so much power, and yeah, I'd love to have this on stage. It's more people, so it's more work and it takes more time to develop, but I definitely want to get there for sure. Like we have the sax, but I love to have like sax, some tuba, some trumpet, some guy on keyboards. This would give like so much power to it. Yeah, absolutely. And especially because when we play live, like we have more time and more room for improvisation. So the more we are, the more unexpected the music becomes, and that's what I love about the live. It's that every time we play a song, it's never exactly the same. There's always something a bit different, and this really directly comes from jazz. Usually in metal, everything is absolutely well orchestrated. Like if you listen to Meshuggah, every note has to be exactly there. If you play something different, it's gonna sound like noisy and out of place. But here there is like the jazz part, so we can really play with the riffs, change a note here and there. Everyone can express themselves, and that's what I love, when I feel we are like all on the same feeling, but it's not that we are too much in control as well. It's like we can let go, and actually listen to what we play as we do it. Yeah.
Oh.
That's interesting. Yeah. So it's almost like every live show is its own unique performance, obviously with you guys performing and the music as well. I mean, you have such a life about you guys in everything, and it's something that it lacks in the metal genre, especially because I feel that a lot of the time, the elitists and stuff, and I'm sure you've probably heard it from other people where it's like, everything has to be this way. Like, I feel like black metal elitists are some of the hardest people to please in the world because they're just so set in like, you have to record in a fucking stricken cave. It has to be -10 outside, and the 3 members have to die on set. Like that's like, it's just hard to please a fan base like that. But I could totally mosh to your stuff. I could totally do that.
People do. People definitely do.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the beauty.
Let's headbang to jazz, like you said.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I created this song. Actually, there is nothing more fun than having people mosh pitting and like having a crazy sax solo on top of it. That's what I want, definitely.
Is there a follow-up to that song? Let's do a follow-up. It's mosh pit and jazz. 2-step in jazz. Let's do hardcore with jazz. Let's do a Black Flag cover with jazz.
Oh, yeah. I love Black Flag, man.
The possibilities are endless.
Oh yeah,
we could go all over the place with it.
And as you said, like many black metal fans are very conservative. Like they want to hear another band sounding like Mayhem, and I'm totally fine with it. Like everyone has their own taste, so that's cool. But once you just decide to do what you like and forget about like the rules or the guidelines. There's no end to it. It's like anything is possible. Sometimes it just takes time to really listen to the music and to really understand what sounds good and what sounds experimental, interesting, but not like a banger, you know? So it takes time, but everything is possible. And I love fusions of genres in general. Like, hip-hop, jazz, electronic, classical, whatever. I'm always up for some really weird fusion.
Yeah. My next question is, if you had to do a tour for yourself, what bands are you bringing with you?
Oh,
you bring 4. I'll let you bring 3 bands with you.
3 bands, dude.
Let you bring 3 bands with you.
I should have prepared this question before.
You can think about it. We can come back to it. You can rattle it around in your head a little bit. I'm just interested to see like who would go on that bill.
Okay, I'd say that would be a tour for very open-minded people. People who want to hear very, very different stuff. But for sure, like if anything was possible, I would love to tour with Marcus Miller. So I don't know if you guys know it, but he was like the bassist of Miles Davis, and he's the god of slap. On bass, he's just amazing, and he's my biggest influence on bass because he manages to be like the bass player, but also to be the front guy. To play the melody as well as playing the groove, which should be impossible, but somehow he manages to do it every time perfectly. So yeah, definitely Marcus Miller. And I think if anything was possible, I would bring back, and that may be controversial, so I would bring back Gorgroth with Gaz on vocals. Because that is one of my first shocks with black metal,
That will be controversial, indeed.
That would be, that's impossible. Like, there's no way that will happen in the future or after death. Not even, like, no way.
Just shooting for the stars. I love it.
Yeah. And I think another guy that really influenced me a lot, and he's not from metal nor jazz, his name is Giza Fergstein, and he's like a French DJ, and he makes like super heavy, dark electronic music. And it really sounds like metal riffs, but it's just like it's synth and a beat and a snare. And I would bring this guy as well, to really make 3 different colors together. Maybe we can end with like, I don't know, the Firebird by Stravinsky, and then we have the whole lineup.
It's funny you talk about it because like I would have saw like maybe you and Igor.
Oh yeah, dude, I love Igor. Yeah. I love Igor, man. He's a
genius.
He's a genius. Yeah, it's like he's the new Miles Davis to me. Like, every album is
because this guy is like, in my phone I had like some Beethoven and I had Cannibal Corpse or something like that. Like he had classical music and death metal, and I was like, okay, what can you do with that? And he's doing like some French music with accordion with some sitar in the same song. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What are you doing?
He's doing it all.
He's crazy talented, like, and everything, the composition, the performance, the production is massive. Yeah, he's like really a main influence to me. Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, you should do like maybe collab with him or something.
I would love to, dude. Like crazy, for sure.
That would be so fun.
I think he's the craziest guy out there in metal. Like he's pushing the boundaries like way too far, and it's perfect. Like really.
Yeah, he's pushing the boundaries, but we need that in music.
Yeah.
We need that today. And I think you are the follow-up to that because you're pushing the boundaries too. Pushing the boundaries, you take like 2 genres that are very not alike and you just mix it. That's make this music that is so organic but so like good at the same time. Because when Evan sent that to me, I was like, okay, what is it? Trve Brutal Black Jazz. What is that? And I listened to the song and I'm like, whoa.
I don't even think I gave him a choice. I said, hey, this is gonna be our next guest in October. I said, So here's his stuff, and then that's pretty much how it came up.
I'm glad you liked it there, yeah. But I think most people are like that, like, what is that? And
yeah.
that's the
but
beauty
it's
of it.
like you see the cover art, it's just you with Trve Brutal Black Jazz on your front. Like I'm like, okay, what is that? But no, honestly, I like it. I'm a big fan of music in general. Like, even though I got this background of metal, I also love rock. I also love jazz, blues, and other style. And even in my music, when I write some music, I try to push the boundaries in some other genre. I always try to.
I mean, to me, like, metal has kind of always done that. You know, we have like folk black metal, we have like oriental metal, we have industrial metal. So to me, jazz feels like quite natural to be the next continent to explore. Like
it reminds me of Gorguts, like the death metal band Gorguts from Quebec. Like the singer said in an interview, like with death metal you can do anything. Like if you listen to the album Obscura by Gorguts, just the first 10 seconds you're like, oh, okay, it's not a death metal like I hear all the time. It's another style, it's another thing, it's another genre. And even for 93, I think the album was out, I was like, oh, okay, that's very avant-garde. That's very like in front of what everything that was made at that time. And today it's just like, it's a classic. It's a pure classic. So yeah. No, music, we have to push the boundaries to go further in the music. Metal, jazz, even electronic music. So we have to, because otherwise we will end by just having pop, and pop that is the same recipe over and over. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of things I feel change. It's like Disgorge and Maddie when he first came out with like those real like toilet bowl vocals and stuff like that kind of have taken over the whole brutal death scene that everybody's like trying to encapsulate and not really recreate, but like give their own spins and stuff like that. You never know what's gonna stick. No, you never really know. You throw some, like, I never thought it's like synthwave and metal was going to be like a thing either, but it's like we've done the reviews for albums so far this year, and it's like I think we've done 2 of them already, and they're not bad. They're pretty good, but it's just like it's definitely just like it's a weird listen, and it takes a moment. You kind of have to follow it, and then it feels like like I think I said before, it's like a whole video game atmosphere. So it like really, it definitely like really appeals to a lot of different things. And I definitely find your music appealing to, like, I could think like some extreme jazz lovers could like this, because it's the, just the element of it and what it brings to the table could definitely like open up some hearts, some ears and get really crazy with it. I have a big question for you. All right, this one's So this one's a roll up your sleeves question. All right, ready?
Ready.
All right. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Wow. We're not expecting this.
Oh, no.
We have to know.
Oh, no.
Okay.
We have to know.
What are you doing?
So I imagine you're asking like in France, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Well, I mean, how do you feel personally? Like, how do you feel? Like, if you had to, you're a pretty open-minded guy, obviously,
To me, I would say it's a very specific sandwich. I'd say it like this, because it fits like the definition. It's bread, something else, and bread. But if you tell me sandwich, I will not think of a hot dog. Definitely not. Yeah. I will think of something else.
All right.
But if your hot dog comes to me and asks me like, dude, I want to be a sandwich, I'll tell him like, it's fine. You are a sandwich. Like fly with your own wings and.
I never thought what would the hot dog say to me. That's interesting. Yeah. This is exactly why I brought it up, because now we're talking the different angles,
Exactly, and it's a very topical question, so we should all ask ourselves this question for sure.
So we have to ask the hot dog what it wants to be called.
Yeah.
Because only the hot dog truly knows.
Exactly.
Maybe the hot dog didn't want it to be a hot dog. Maybe he wanted it to be a hamburger.
At some point, the hot dog was a mass of all these different animals, and it was being an animal. And now it is a hot dog. I don't know what the fuck they put. I don't know what the fuck they put in hot dogs, but
He was a pork, and he is in an orgy that he didn't want it to be in an orgy.
a very
An orgy of animals. Like he wanted to be alone with other porks, but some lamb came in the mix or some cow came in the mix, and it's a big fucking orgy.
yeah.
And
See,
it became a sausage.
I don't even think they get that crazy with it. But it's interesting. No, I appreciate your answer. It's a very controversial topic.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
A lot of people, we don't get comments often, but when me and Phil talked about that was like listen. I've said some crazy shit here before. All right, like I don't listen to Aborted. But like people glaze over that stuff. Yeah, I know. It's like people glaze over that shit that I've said before, and it's like out of nowhere that they're all coming at me with this hot dog thing. And I'm like, I can't even believe this. This is like this is where people want to get together on, and they're like, it can't happen. It's definitely a sandwich. Oh my god!
Technically, it fits the definition.
It fits the definition, but he's definitely special. He's definitely special. I would say
maybe we should go to like a hot dog seller and say like, "Hi, I would like a sandwich, please." And we see how he reacts, you know?
Yeah.
Is he confused?
He gets it.
Or is he like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
He's a hot dog, you know?
He's like, no, that sounds great.
Yeah, but it's funny. Do you know the movie Sausage Party?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What is the one? I forgot. Yeah.
It's like an animation movie. Like, it's Seth Rogen that made the movie. Like I think it was the producer and also the voice actor, and also it's just like a metaphor for sex. That's only it.
Yeah.
Because like you got a sausage, and at the end a sausage with the bread lady, and like, I want to put a sausage in their bread.
Yeah, for a solid, I went and saw it in the movie theater, and probably for like a solid 5 minutes, it's just a food orgy, and I've never felt so uncomfortable.
Oh wow!
In my life,
this is way
just
more
sitting
extreme
there.
than black metal jazz. Yeah, this is.
Yeah. And it like wasn't a good movie either, so it just made that last 5 minutes like even worse. You're just like, oh no, so much cringe. I don't know how I can do it. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So obviously we've had a pretty fucking crazy couple years.
Yeah.
With COVID and everything like that. I know that France in particular, I think you guys got hit pretty hard. You were one of the first countries that really got locked down, right?
Yeah, right after Italy. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, talk about that. Like, were you able to really use your creative outlets and kind of like, work through some of those things? Because I find that, the last couple of years, we've been getting some albums and stuff, a lot of music, a lot of musicians, the ability to do things on the internet and to still record music and kind of like put stuff out, really kind of, it helped some people. And in some aspects, it was like some people probably lost that drive. So what was it like for you, especially, just like going through, the day to day and doing all that stuff, trying to find that solace.
For me, it was really strange because so it was last year, I think it was in March, like I've done a concert in London. And then basically right after it was like a lockdown in France. So like I just went back from London to France to see my family, and then the lockdown happened, and it was like a very, very sudden change from being, on stage with loads of people around and being like stuck at home, Mm-hmm. But I love being with people, but I'm also kind of solitary, and I spend all my day doing stuff on my own. So I was actually quite fine during the lockdown. I always have so many things I want to do. And usually by the end of the day, I've done like a quarter of a third of everything I wish I could have done. So my drive honestly like kept on going and going. And it's just like it shifted to different activities. Like after this concert in London, I wanted to do like other concerts, find more musicians. And obviously this shifted to like, okay, I'm gonna start a new instrument. I'm gonna start to play sax myself. I'm gonna buy everything I need to completely record, produce, and mix music at home. And yeah, I've started to compose loads of stuff. And I think most of the time I was absolutely fine with it. I was more like worried, not for me, but like more for the future of the music industry in general, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I'm someone who's I'm always want to do stuff basically. Mm-hmm. You know, like I hate to rest, for example. I do rest when I feel it's a problem if I don't rest. You know, my mm-hmm. brain is really gonna make me pay if I don't give it a break. So then I rest. But otherwise, I have so much fun like doing music, reading, writing, watching movies, trying to do a movie, mm-hmm. Cooking. There's so much stuff to do, gardening. So yeah, my drive was definitely the same. Just, mm-hmm. you know, when things change, I try to adapt and I'm like, okay, let's see how we can have some fun, you know? Mm. And during the first part of the lockdown, I was actually doing some live videos. And I had like all my equipment and I was like trimming some MIDI controls to do some jams by myself. But still it was like, okay, I can't play with others. Let's play with myself. Let's try something new. So it was mm-hmm. way more electronic, but still it was a lot of fun. I've learned loads of things musically doing this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, to answer quickly, my drive was the same, but still it was very recently, it was like a big relief to finally be on stage. I think what I missed the most was even more than a concert, it was like to play with my drummer and to feel the sub, you know, to be in a room. Yeah. And like when she hits the kick, I hit my string and it's like, and you feel it, you know, and mm-hmm. that feeling I truly missed. And I was like, yeah, shit, like, yeah. Yeah. I had my speakers at home, but it's not the same. It's never the same as when it's like super loud.
Yeah. Yeah. How was it really getting to mix your own music and produce it? And I feel like that's pretty hard a lot of the time. A lot of guys that do like their own kind of stuff. Phil being one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a music producer on the side, so I'm
oh, well, there you go.
I'm definitely used to produce and mix people. I just like when it's me.
Like, do you critique way too much? It's just
yeah.
It's like just constantly playing with the dials.
Exactly. It's like I need to be sure, 100% that this is the best transition to the bridge. Like I need to try all the possibilities. Uh-huh. And most of my songs, like I have spent like too much time on it. And then at some point, it's just I try new things, but it's not as good as what was before. And I'm like, okay, I have to stop now because I'm not making it better. It's like it's the best I can do right now, and I really need to stop. So I'm learning to actually stop before I fall into like mm-hmm. going down. But yeah, I just say when it's your music, you want to be sure, and yeah, every decision you want to be very sure. So every step of the process is way longer than when you do it for somebody else, you know. Mm-hmm. Also because you're constantly hearing your own music, so you're getting used to it and you're getting kind of bored of it as well. And that doesn't make you take the best decisions. Mm-hmm. So I've also learned through the years to like take breaks, you know, like, okay, I'm not going to listen to this for like a week and then I'll come back to it with like very fresh ears. Yeah. And then you make way better decisions. Like you need to forget what you have done to really do the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an important thing. When you produce something, if it is for yourself or for someone else, like for me, example, like I made some albums for me. Like I made some albums for a little project I have. And like it was mostly like that when I was mixing. I think that's the part that I got problem with is mixing, because I'm always like, what if like I sound too like that or too much like this, or what if is the kick is not sounding good? Like each time it's the question that I ask myself, and I'm like, fuck, it's complicated. So I just take breaks, I go away, take a tea or a beer, or just go away, and I come back like the day after or 1 week after, and then I just do something new. And sometimes I just remove it and just completely delete it and do it again.
That
Like,
happens to me as well, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Like right now I'm working on a solo album, and mostly when I was working on my songs, it was like I was working on the last song and I was like, okay, no, the riff doesn't look good. Okay, so delete, do it again. So I do it again. Delete, do it again, it's not good. Delete, do it again, it's not good. Okay, this one is good, so don't delete it.
Yeah, especially because like we have digital technology now, so we can
you can
do
delete
like
it.
exactly. The Command Z is like amazing, but it's also a trap, and you can really, really get lost in the trap of like Command Z. Okay, redo, delete. But I
you're
think like
using a
after
Mac, right? You're using a Mac.
of course.
Yeah, because you said Command Z, I was like,
Oh,
yeah. It's a Mac user. I'm also a Mac user sometimes. Right now I'm on a PC, but yeah.
You know, whatever works for you. Like there's no better word.
There's no limits.
Exactly. But I would say like after 1 hour of mix, it's worth stopping because the ear is already tired. You know, it's like smelling 5 different perfumes. After your nose is like, what am I smelling now? You know, so yeah. Usually I do 1 hour
like
mix
drinking.
and I stop. I'm like,
Your taste buds with beer. Yep. That's I feel this.
After 5 beers, you're done. Your taste bud don't taste anything.
Dude, after like 5 sours, you can't taste a thing after that. This stuff is like orange juice. This is nuts.
It kind of looks like an orange juice.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. It's got the consistency.
Like earlier, I was thinking like, oh, he changed the drink, and then realized, oh, no,
look
it's
at
the same
that.
drink.
No, it's a beer.
Look at it in the light. That kind of fucking. Oh my god, that's so loud.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. A Sour Double IPA is one of those fusions I haven't exactly had yet. So I thought, what a jazz black metal and sours and doubles. This is great.
It's fusion day, yeah.
It all just came together. The universe aligned.
It's funny because I had a beer. It was like it was a double IPA with a stout double IPA. So you got the black of the stout, the black torrefied coffee flavor of a stout, and you got this double IPA, exotic fruit double IPA, both at the same fucking time. So I'm like, oh shit, that's good.
That's black metal jazz, yeah.
Yes. What was one of your we've had a lot of really good fucking music come out. What was one of your favorite black metal album releases that has come out recently?
Oh, there's one I really liked actually. I forgot the band, but like we have this very small label in France called Les Acteurs de l'Ombre. I don't know if you guys know about it. And they keep on releasing super, super good music. And this last one is called Hors Lac, Pierre Brûlée. Super nice, quite melancholy, quite atmospheric. I really, really, really enjoyed this album. And I think it was out yesterday. So, am I not very topical right now? Like, right on point.
Oh man! Oh, it's just like.
Otherwise, I found the Mayhem was pretty cool. The last EP, I think it was this year. Actually, all the. Oh yeah, there was another band, so that's quite underground as well. I liked. It's called Apentropy. I don't know where it's from. The album is called A Monument of Solitude, and it's like very depressive, suicidal black metal. And I really love this kind of stuff, like very, very, very much puts you in a mood for a very, very long time. It's not showgaze, but it has this kind of very, when I listen to it, it feels like being in a tunnel, and it keeps on going, and I really like this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys?
Oh man, I actually was just looking at that. I'm really hung up on. Oh god, I have to get the album cover. Hold on.
It's
Pause.
the same for me. Like I think of the album cover before the name of the band.
I think but it's like I'm trying to think of the what the heck is the actual album name? I don't know. The band's called Oak.
Oh, okay.
And it I think they're from Spain. Yeah, they're from Spain. It's two members of Guerra. The group there. You know the group that Jerry loves that he found, yeah.
Okay, Garrea.
Garrea, yeah. It's two of their guys.
Oh,
They
of
did
course, yeah. Was it 2021?
I think theirs was 2020.
Oh,
yeah,
that was good.
And they released two members there are the guys in Oak. And they released an album, and I thought it was phenomenal.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, it was really good. The atmosphere, really drawn out, almost doom. I like a nice black metal doom mix that kind of, really is, on the taste, just like really kind of carries that. I love that shit. And then
another one that was really good was La Morsure du Christ from Seth.
Oh,
when we reviewed that.
That one was really good, man.
That was very good.
Yeah, we reviewed that on the Vox and Ops album review, so go check it out, people. So I love it. I love it a lot. And when you know the language, like me, I was listening to it, I was like, holy shit, that's so intense and deep. So good. I just love Seth.
And the artwork is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The
artwork is very good.
Yeah.
It's like Notre-Dame de Paris, I think. It's like
Notre-Dame. Yeah, it is Notre-Dame de Paris, absolutely. Yeah.
Just Notre-Dame, just burning.
Hey, they ever gonna fix that?
Oh, yeah, they are fixing it.
They are fixing it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I figured they would, but,
Takes time, but yeah.
Thought they had all this time, Gotta get on that.
But I think the damage were quite deep, so it's gonna take years, I think.
Yeah, I always forget that like that happened. It was like one of those things that kind of just like skated over it.
Dude, so many things happen. Like, of course you forgot. No worries.
Happened. Yeah, we have no idea. They're like, yeah, Notre Dame's like a rebel. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like, I was there. I remember watching the TV. It's like, what the fuck? I can't remember all the deets. Let's shift it over the beer real quick. Are you a beer guy?
Well, actually, recently my girlfriend, she's from Belgium, and she introduced me to the art of tasting beer. Mm-hmm. And now I'm really into beer. Yeah, I really like it. I used to be more of a wine guy, but now I love beer. So now I'm trying every time I can in a pub, I'm trying something new. And So, so Belgium, so she's got like all the she was born with the secrets. Exactly.
Like, the code book was like given to her when she was like, here, keep this safe. And she's just like
their blood is beer,
All those things. Between them, Germany, and the other countries over there.
Republic Czech.
I almost said Czechoslovakia, and I was just gonna be like, Phil's gonna yell at me if I say this, because I say it all the time. But that's awesome. Do you have like any flavor? Do you have any styles that you're like really into?
Yeah, no, I'm really into like brown beer, like when it's darker. And I used to know only like Guinness, but now all the other stuff I really like it. I also like all the beers with fruits, and in Belgium they have loads of this with like raspberries and cherries and peaches, and it's super good. But here in France, I've discovered a beer from Bretagne called Lancelot, like the night Lancelot du Lac, and that is I think now my favorite beer. This one is like amazing. Lancelot, yeah.
Have you ever tried a beer that was like aged in wine barrels? You know how like they get like the barrel aged beers and stuff like that? I wonder if that'd be something you'd be like super like, because being a wine guy, because I'm not really into wine. I'm not really into like bourbons or whiskeys or anything like that either, but I do like a nice barrel aged stout.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes like they'll do like stouts or they'll do different beers in a barrel age, and it'll be wine barrels.
So I haven't tried this, but I definitely want to.
Would definitely be a style that like
Yeah.
that probably would fit your palate pretty nice.
I definitely tried that. Yeah. I mean, that was very recently, so I still have so much to discover. Yeah.
Yeah,
But to
of
me,
course.
let's say that beer before it was just like, okay, let's go to the pub, let's have a beer, and I would just drink it like. But now it's like I want to know where it comes from. I want to know how they do it. You know.
Yeah.
Like for example, there is a beer called Pédieu, which tastes amazing, and it's like monks doing it only when there is full moon. So I love this kind of story.
Oh.
It's true. You can check it out. It's true. That's crazy.
Damn.
That is
Pédieu.
nuts. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, you're a very interesting guy. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, we should meet for real.
Yeah, but
Oh, for sure. You
hang out.
ever come tour in the U.S.? That'd be sick.
Yeah, I want to. So I
Or
will
if
definitely
you come-
tell you when I come.
if you come in Quebec, I'm here.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go in Quebec. It has been so long I want to go in Quebec. Do you know the band called The Algorithm?
The algorithm. Yeah, I think. It rings a bell.
I
Yeah.
think you guys would like it. It's like electronic and metal. It's even more like electronic and gent together, but in a very Game Boy way. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Check it out after The Algorithm.
Ah.
And I think the guy was in Quebec or something like that. But I definitely want to go there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As things slowly open, things kind of get figured out. Because me and Phil are finally going to be meeting up for the first time. Because during the pandemic, this was like our pandemic thing. Like we met each other through Vox and Hops, and then we started our own podcast. And then we've kind of just been going off from there. So like in November will be the first time we actually meet each other.
That's amazing.
No beer is safe.
No beer safe. It's not. No beer safe from my mouth. Everything will be here. But yeah, if you come in Quebec, I will greet. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Dude, I would love
When
to.
the
I will let
border
you know
will-
for sure, man.
You're welcome, my dude.
Absolutely. I mean, it looks like it's beautiful out there. So
Yeah, no, Quebec is very beautiful.
alright.
Like I have a ton of friends that are from France because like with all the accord that we have, like every French people come in Quebec. I don't know why. They just love it.
that's right. And even where are you? Like I haven't.
I'm in the States. I'm in Massachusetts.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Really cool.
yeah. I'm right on that, right on the East Coast, man. It's nice. I as a state, it's okay. You know, I could do without. I could do without it sometimes, but a lot of hardcore out here. We had a lot of hardcore Converge.
Yeah, that's
from the area. Not well.
Oh, cool.
Sort of. Yeah,
Awesome,
and the Red Chord from out here. And it's cool. There's a lot of very recently our scene has seen a lot of black metal kind of form, which I always thought was pretty interesting. We have a very diverse sort of scene that goes on here between hardcore. There's regular punk. There's obviously death metal. The extreme metal where I kind of sit in. And we have this huge pop punk scene for some reason.
Oh, cool.
That is just all over the place.
You don't seem to approve.
I find it everywhere, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess that's a thing. I have no idea why, but for very recent, I find a lot of I find a lot more people like black metal bands that are just sort of popping up here and there. Big influences, Darkthrone, big influence.
Nice.
There's obviously Mayhem. There's Behemoth is the big one.
Oh yeah,
Everyone loves Behemoth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just it's very interesting. I find that even this time, even during the pandemic, I started listening to more black metal because I have this love of doom. And so I really got into the atmospheric black metal because they have some similarities.
Oh yeah, of course.
Obviously some sheer differences, but as far as like musically and the way that they're all kind of structured, it's very much the same type of feelings. Because I like to sit and do things, and that's like what I'll listen to because it's such an easy listen for me. While we're on that topic, is there any other genres that you thought about sort of like melding with jazz before black metal? Was it always black metal, or was there something else that kind of like piqued your interest as well that you thought that I could be like, oh yeah, that would be sweet?
I'd say, yeah. I mean, not with jazz, but like I'd love to do some black metal reggae. That's something I would love to do, and I think in the future I'll probably do an album like this, more like dub reggae black metal. So very, very atmospheric, because I love in reggae this kind of very heavy feeling, which is not, I mean, it's a very different color, obviously, but it's not so far away from doom metal, where you really go slowly like this. And what I love in dub is like the atmosphere, because like there's a guy singing and there is like tones of delay that decays for super long. And to me, it's very kind of similar to black metal with a very huge and long reverb. So yeah, I'd love to explore that as well, for sure. But reggae is like a whole other continent, and it's a very specific way of playing music and of feeling the time. So I would want to do it right if I do it. So that will take a lot of experimentation, practice, ideas. Yeah.
It's funny you talk about reggae. One time I did a project with one of my friends. We did a song. It was like death metal and reggae at the same time.
Amazing. You have to send me this after.
Yeah, I don't have this song anymore. It's an old song. Yeah, I know. I know.
How convenient, Phil.
Yeah, how convenient. But like, I was thinking about doing it again because like my project Overdose of Bacon, it's a slam project, but we try to mix other genre if we want. Like last album we did like the first EP we did, we put some electronic music and some 8-bit music in it. So it was pretty interesting. And I want to do some reggae on it. Reggae and death metal. Why the fuck not?
Exactly, yeah.
Like, sky's the limit.
It would just be extreme.
Sky's the limit.
We can do anything.
And what about you? Even like, do you also do music?
No, I don't. I am purely a fanboy. A lot of my mindset comes from being a fan and experiencing different things. I have so many musician friends. Like I did drums for a band for a little while. That was like when I was younger, and it didn't really turn into anything. And that's about as much as my musical prowess basically goes. I don't really have anything that goes past that. But I love giving the fan perspective the idea, because I'm pretty out there as far as like what I listen to. I really love like the old Sinatra, Rat Pack stuff. Awesome. One of my favorite bands is Creedence Clearwater Revival. And I really love like the bluegrass sort of feel that, like a bayou, really like deep south kind of feel. And then I'll listen to different types of stoner rock, sludge, doom, the all the little things in between there, and so I'm really just all over the place. So I like to find it's really nice finding musicians like you that are able to kind of like take two things, really the whole fusion, and make it into something cool, because it's always things that you think about. I like to find that there's music for different moments and music for different times in everybody's life, and there's always a time for something. And that's how I really try to get people to be open up to metal, because there's always like, if you really, I find that like it can calm you down in a way, because it's especially if you have like an ADHD, like it's something to focus on, because now you're trying to listen to the drums and isolate them in your head. And it's like, you know, that's like a whole thing between, you know, trying to find the bass. I feel like it's almost a job to like try to find the bass in most of these metal songs now, because it's like almost impossible. You're sitting there with your headphones going like, you're trying to see if you can catch it, and it's like never happens. But yeah, it's just interesting. A lot of things that have come out this year have always been interesting. One of my favorite bands right now is Expander, and that's like this cyberpunk metal thing that it is. It's insane. It's really straight up out of a video game. The more you listen to it, like I listened, like when Shadow of a Tent, when those guys first came out, you know, when they started with like Halo covers, you know, and they were like doing like Halo 3 kind of songs and stuff on like YouTube. It's like everything has kind of like, you know, the ideas and the things have really gone out there. And so you can almost relate a lot of these things back to like video game soundtracks, feelings, you know, they're invoking the feelings. It's crazy. I'd
love to listen to this. Yeah.
Yeah. The Sour Double IPA. It's killing.
Oh damn. I love our I love it when we converse like that. We chat like that. I just love it.
Oh, that's the thing, you know. Yeah. Keeps it organic. We're very organic.
We are
organic.
True.
That's what we need. And I don't know if you have other question. Maybe we can go to shout out. But most of the time with each guest, I tend to do some gifts. And I have a little gift for you, Etienne. Wait a minute. This is where it pass or crash. I don't know. Oh, it's good.
We won't crash. The lack of icons you have is just something.
Logo.
Oh,
it's logo
this
time.
Is awesome, dude.
Yeah, I did the logo for you. So
super nice, dude. I love the saxes. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. The crossing saxes. That's the way. Yeah,
the crossing sax.
Man.
And I put like, I just found it like the Venom head, like the Venom head, black metal Venom head on the side. Awesome. I was like, okay, let's do that.
This is going to be my desktop now for sure. My background.
I will send it to you.
Thank you, my friend. Super cool.
I will invite you on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever. Like I will send it to you, dude. Like I was like, oh, let's do it.
That's awesome, man. You look super cool, man.
All right, thank
you.
you.
Super nice. Oh yeah. I love the idea of the saxes. Super cool. Please send it to me.
So, are we at the time of the shout-outs?
I think we are. We are now at shout-out time.
All right.
We love them. We're here. And do you want to go first?
Yeah. I will do a shout-out to Headbang Box, because it's like a thing in France. And basically, it's like you order a box for each month, and each month it comes with some merch from the metal underground, like T-shirts, CDs, patches from underground bands, and I love it. So, Hamburger Box, you roll, check it out. Shout out to you.
Fantastic. Perfect. Ooh, I like it. Spunk. What do you got, Phil?
Well, I have like you were talking about bluegrass, Evan.
I had some bluegrass in my speech, yes.
And I got like, because I wasn't sure about the shout out, but I have one. It's a band called Bridge City Sinners.
Ooh.
It's like a death grass band. Like you got the bluegrass and you got the death metal, black metal-ish sounds into it, like very dark and heavy, but like with bluegrass.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting band. Go check it out. They're playing like the singer. She's just amazing, and like all the instruments, I just love. They released an album this year called Unholy Hymns. I think it's what it's called. So check it out. Very good.
Awesome. And for me, mine is going to be an album that I found yet again from Jerry. It's Beyond Grace, Our Kingdom Undone. It was released. Actually, I don't have the release date, but it was Prosthetic Records. And so far, I really love it. I didn't know what to expect of the album. It's some nice, just great death metal. A lot of elements of, I don't know, kind of hard to explain. I've only really listened to it once, so I need to keep listening to it. It's got a lot of layers, but it's a nice. You almost look at the cover and you're thinking, oh, this is gonna be a power metal album, and then they come out screaming, and you're like, oh. Such relief. Thank God. You're like, oh, thank God it's not another power metal album. It's been great. But I love it. I love the artwork. I love the band. It's beyond grace. Check them out. All right, guys. Well, Etienne, thank you.
A big thank you to you guys. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me. And thank you so much to all the people listening. Like, that's awesome. I had such a good time, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody go check out, it is Black Metal Jazz, right?
Oh yeah, Black Metal Jazz Cult.
Black Metal Jazz Cult.
Yeah.
Check it out, guys. You won't be disappointed. It's some cool stuff.
There's even like a playlist on Spotify with all kinds of bands mixing like metal with jazz, so...
Oh, even better.
Black Metal Jazz Cult.
Well, guys, this has been another episode. As you know, I'm Evan.
And I'm Phil. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode. Cheers!